Alright, hey guys, I'm out here. A little late getting out here this afternoon, but I thought I'd try to walk back in a little bit closer to where that bedding area is, where the bucks are bedding, and I pushed it too much. Right, I seen this down tree that I'm sitting under here. Hopefully you guys can get a good, I don't know if you'll be able to tell that camera or not, but basically I got this tree that's fell over, created a bunch of brush right at the base of this big tree. I'm using this big tree here behind me as a backdrop. And then I've got all this brush around me. I just tucked in underneath this tree. But right as I got here, right at that leaning tree right there, I come walking around the end of it. Right at the end of that leaning tree, I had a big old buck take off. He was bedded right up here on the side of that hill. Somewhere right in there. He was laid down. He just stood up, trotted off. He didn't blow or anything, so I was hoping they might circle back in there being curious, which I knew wasn't going to happen, but you can still hope, right? But anyway, pushed it just a few steps too far, jumped him. Maybe there's another one bedded up a little bit farther up that hill that hadn't got up yet. I'm hoping what they do is when they get up, they'll want to come down and see the edge of this open field right here. Big open field. But anyway, we're going to sit here, see what happens between now and dark. I actually fiddled, this camera's on a little bitty tree right here, so I can zoom around. This little bitty tree right here, not much bigger than my finger. There wasn't another tree to try to attach this camera to, so I've been fiddling with it for the last 10 minutes. About got myself worked up and aggravated and sweaty. But anyway, that's Arkansas weather for you. Freezing in the morning, freezing all day, you get to doing something, you get sweating, burning up. But anyway, we're gonna sit here and see if we can catch something slipping through maybe. Right here, guys, I heard a deer walking towards me in the dry lease, and hadn't seen it yet. I was turning all the cameras on to get ready, and as I reached up there and turned that GoPro on, I looked up, I seen one standing still, staring straight at me, so she spotted my hand movement as I reached up, turned that GoPro on. Yeah, this video gets a little bit, try to zoom in, it's a little bit blurry here, but I'm going to let it play just to show you guys, because a deer blows at you, doesn't mean your hunt's over. This young yearling, she blew at me, plumb right up until it got good and dark. She actually ran away 3 different times, threw her tail up, ran away about out of sight in the woods, and then come right back up. The second time to this very same spot here in a minute, you'll see. And then she ran away again and circled back around and tried to come straight into me. But I'm going to let this video play out just so you can watch. And, you know, we jumped that big buck walking in, went ahead and sat down. This was probably about 30 minutes later when this doe come walking through. So 2 different reasons to call the hunt done. And this just proves that it doesn't necessarily mean so. If she's fixing to take off running the first time, then she's going to turn around and come right back almost to the same spot. this deer being a yearling, guys, she doesn't know what I am. She just knows something's there, but she doesn't know what. Uh, and all her movement, all her actions, all her blowing, all her stomping, all of her head gestures. She got, I don't know, the video picked it up when she first come up. She kept putting her head down to the ground, and she pick it straight back up. Almost like she's looking down, pick her head back up. She's trying to get me to move again so she can figure out what I am. The reason she keeps doing this is because I'm trying to get the camera footage, so I'm moving when I can. I'm moving really slow, but I am sitting just as still as possible because I'm just curious to what she's going to do. Her interaction with me, I was wanting to see it as well. But that's the key to deer hunting is stealth. You hear a lot about camouflage and scent control, but in my book, movement and you sitting absolutely still outranks both of those completely. Let's watch her come back in here next to me again and that same spot and run off. Something else I noticed here, guys, and I'll just share with you guys. You can hear the squirrel in the background barking. That squirrel's doing his alert call because this doe yearling is doing a distress call. So if you've got the squirrel worked up, anytime you're sitting in the woods, pay attention to those other animals, what they're doing. A lot of times those squirrels will give away a deer coming into the same area you're at, or another animal, another predator. Those animals know a lot more about what's going on in those woods than we do. But just try to pay attention to your surroundings, and it'll make you a better outdoorsman. Alright, right here, guys, is what I was talking about. See how she's dropping her head to the ground and immediately pulling it back up? What she's trying to do is get a reaction out of me. She's trying to get me to move. She done that purposely, putting that head down to the ground, throwing it back up and looking. And a deer, I forget what percentage it is, but a deer can see, I want to say almost 300% around the back of their head. So you've got a 360-degree full circle view. A deer can see 300% of that is within their sight range. So just because their head's down, they've still got a bigger sight picture than what we think. So if they're looking off to the right, they can still see everything straight ahead of them, or even back to the left of where they're at too. So she's fixing to get right back up here in the same spot and then get skittish again and run off, and then we'll watch her come back the third time. Guys, I'm going to share another tip with you. This is something my father told me when I was very young, first started to hunt, and I found it to be true. He said, son, when a deer's looking at you, he said, never look into their eyes. And I believe that, guys. If a deer's standing here looking at you like she is right now, do not stare straight into their eyes. They've got almost a sixth sense. I guess kind of like we do, and you just get that feeling that somebody's looking at you. So just look off to the side, don't look straight at it, and it's going to make you a more successful hunter. Alright guys, so she's got a specific place on the other side of where I'm sitting that she wants to go, and she's got her path that she's picked out to get there, and she's got it set in her mind. This is the third time she's come right down through here. She just can't get the courage up to get past this point right in here. She's fixing to, she'll spook again here in a minute. She'll circle back around in front of me, and she'll come back up kind of straight down to me for a minute. But yeah, just definitely, I guess the moral is there she goes again. The third time she'll go up here and stop and look at me some more and kind of walk straight down that hill to me. But I guess the moral of this, hopefully the learning experience that I took from it is just don't give up. Just because you jump a deer going into an area, or the deer blows at you and runs up, don't start moving around thinking the hunt's over. Just stay still, watch for a little bit, and see if they don't circle the area or try to come back to you. There's several times in here that I could have, if it would have been a rifle hunt and I wanted to take this deer, there were several times that I could have done so. Bow hunting, the compound bow, I never would have been able to draw on her without her running off. But just sitting and watching and learning from her movements and what I'm doing, that's working, just staying still. She just can't quite figure out what I am, and she keeps coming back. Curiosity's gonna get her. But I'm just gonna let this play out, guys. We may cut it a little bit, just make it a little bit shorter. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you next video.